Hello and welcome. This is Roy. This time I'm sharing with you a clip taken from 70 minutes video that I've just finished to record for my subscribers. The video is comprehensive as usual, and it gives, in my opinion, an insight and a big help if you are planning to trade the hourly, daily, weekly, and planning your strategy. This service, my service, is modestly priced. Give it a try and you can have access to this video plus another 6 if you take a weekly trial. I can also answer specific questions if you have things that concern you, whether a specific position or a certain market that is of interest to you. So once you become a subscriber, even if you are on trial, you can ask me all these questions. I'll be happy to help. Other than that, I wish you have pleasant viewing and good trading. Bye now. Hello and welcome. This is Roy. Here are the charts that I have in this video. I have the dollar index, the euro US dollar, the US dollar Danish krona, Australian dollar US dollar, New Zealand dollar US dollar, British pound US dollar, British pound Singapore dollar, British pound Chinese yuan, US dollar Russian ruble, US dollar Filipino peso, US dollar Canadian dollar, and then TYX, TNX, TLT, gold, silver, light crude, Brent crude. And then stock markets, the Dow, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the DAX, the FTSE of the UK, the Chinese Securities Index, the ASX of Australia, the Nikkei of Japan. And I'll look at the pound, Japanese yen, and how it is likely to be affected as the Nikkei is making its big next move. Okay, that's the US dollar Russian ruble. That's the daily scale. That's the weekly scale. I just read yesterday an article that the Russians would be actually quite happy to see the ruble weakening. Will help them with debt. Will help them with the exports. And they are, like many governments around the world nowadays, are not going to stand in the way of weaker ruble, weaker currency. So this is shaping up into a pretty explosive move. What you see here, I have. Looked at the chart going going back quite some time. I'm pegging 1 right here. I'm taking this. That's the weekly going back to 2000, and I'm taking this as 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That appears to me as another complete 1. That's 2. If I'm right, if I'm anywhere near right in my analysis here, you know what's going to happen. It is going to blast above 36 in the third wave. So look at the price action here. That's a 1, 2, 3, more than 4 years of inverse head and shoulders in the making here. This is really impressive. Look at the rising support line here. That it is something you have to reckon with because it is really impactful, and it's coming up. It's coming up nicely. Of course, this is not a currency that we trade very actively. It's not a major. Got only people who are really involved in the Russian market or involved in that part of the world would trade it actively. That's the way I see it. But it is a very, very interesting situation. You can see. I will go to the daily. No fixed labelings here, but the recent price action you can see was echoing the strength that we have seen in the dollar index vis-a-vis many other currencies. We have a mounting support here over the last 4 or 5 months. This is looking on track to really blast above the area of the neckline here on the weekly convincingly and head towards the top 36.57, basically heading towards a third wave that would last for a long time. Okay, that's the US dollar Filipino peso. That's the monthly. And again, a long-term chart analysis suggested a big first wave in the dollar ended at around 2003, 2004, around here. And since then, we have seen a correction, basically dollar weakening in a possible ABC. The second wave might have ended here, or might have ended here. I'm not going to enter a 3-hour debate on that. This is, in fact, a currency that I'm convinced most of you will probably not trade. So what's the point of bringing it up here? Well, this is the point. Just look. Look what happened. This is the point. This is a yearly scale. Every distance that you see here is 1 year. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically 8 years. 8 years resistance line. Do you see? Busted. Now this is something. This is something to reckon with. In the last month we have seen a jump and possibly confirming this wave count. This is very far from being high confidence, but the whole point again is to show you this and to show you that the US dollar is those who buried it and forgot about it might actually wake up in horror that it's coming back to life, because look at this. This is interesting. We can even account for this as a 1, 2, 3. We could be in a 4, 3. Again, it's not something that I follow even every week, but I'm looking at these things from time to time. It is really interesting. That's 1, 2. We could be looking at the third done. Yes. Consolidation, of course, it's got no business sinking back towards 41.50. Here you are. Another interesting situation of the US dollar.